Straight Facts on YouTube. Head over there, subscribe as you haven't, and they're going to full break down these quarterbacks.
You'll want to see that because Matt V is having a meltdown on Twitter right now.
About Wentz?
Yeah. Matt V, Washington Commanders football fan, I should add in if you don't remember Matt Valavinos. That actually will be fun. I might actually want to hop in that video now. But they're going to give us a full breakdown of all the quarterback moves. I want some quick reactions out of you two here. So we'll start with the first one. That was Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, the full trade. Russell Wilson in the 4th round pick to the Seahawks for 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris. Jake, quick reaction. What are we looking at here in the Seahawks-Broncos trade?
I would say we're looking at a solid 10 to 25 years grand larceny. This is a big-time haul for the Broncos. This is a win for the Broncos. This is like a smash home run win for the Broncos because we've talked about really for the past 2 years, their offense, you can read off the weapons just in the receiving core. Sutton, Judy, Tim Patrick, very slept on. KJ Hamler can make some noise out of the slot. You have Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, obviously probably not coming back to the team, but you can't rule him out. And now you add in Russell Wilson into the perfect, like the offenses where he dominated in Seattle. He was able to rely on the run, and then when you accounted for the run, punished you through the air with play action, going deep. He's got a ton of guys to do that now, and they really, realistically, 2 first, 2 second, okay, that has some weight to it, but Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, Noah Fant's a good player, young player, but those guys are replaceable. There's only a couple Russell Wilsons running around in the league, and I think the Broncos did very well to snag him.
Before you go, Matt, I'm actually opposite of you here, Jake. And I'm not anti-Broncos. I get why they did it. I think bringing Russell West, or they think they're a winner, think they're a contender. I tend to believe that too. I was even high on them this year. I think the Broncos did, make a good deal. They got Russell Wilson. That makes complete sense with the points you made. Not to mention their defense was 3rd in the league last year in points against them. But I think the Seahawks got back a franchise-changing hole. They made the decision. It's time to rebuild. 2 first-round picks,
more power to
2
them.
second-round picks, a starting tight end who also, by the way, was a first-round pick not too many years ago. I mean, I think that the move the Seahawks made, because as an Eagles fan, there was outside shot of getting Russ. I never really agreed with it, but there was no shot I would have given up that much for Russell Wilson. I think the Seahawks got a large hole back in return, and it kind of puts the Broncos on a clock now, because if this doesn't work out, if Russell Wilson goes 9-8, squeaks in as a 6 seed wild card and gets bounced first round and does the same thing again next year, this is a robbery the other way, and it really can't go wrong for the Seahawks.
If they're bad, right, with all those picks.
I think, honestly, it's not a lose-lose, but it's
not a lose-lose.
I don't think there's a winner, because I don't think the Seahawks got enough back, honestly. Russell Wilson is unbelievable. Wow. And I just think the AFC is too good for the Broncos are going to be really good.
That's the thing,
but the Chiefs are going to be really good. The Chargers are going to be really good. The Raiders made the playoffs last year. The Bengals made the Super Bowl. The Bills, it's just there's so many teams. And I get you have to do that if you're trying to compete. When there's a million great quarterbacks around you, you have to make that move. But I don't think the Seahawks got enough back, and I don't see this resulting in deep playoff runs for Denver.
Yeah,
I think the Seahawks got enough back.
I would always, as a fan, feel better about trading a bunch of unknown commodities for a known commodity. And that's exactly what the Broncos did.
Yeah. See, I think first round picks in the NFL are so crucial, and it's proven to be the hit rate on them is insane. It's not like the NBA where after the first 14, you have to find a gem. The NFL, first rounders are so important. You get 2 of those in 2 seconds that you can get going. I don't know.
I've seen first
unless
round
you're
picks
Howie Roseman drafting a skill position player
in crazy ways. There's trust me, it's not just Howie Roseman, dude. You ask Raider fans how their draft history has gone. Not a fun time.
Yeah, bring that up. All right, I'm asking for quick reactions so we can move on after that. Matt and James, I'm sure will get into that. We're gonna move to the other one that broke today. Carson Wentz, 3 former Eagles fans here. Just 1 year ago, he was on our roster. It happened last spring. He got traded, but the Washington Commanders traded for Carson Wentz. They also got a 2nd round pick back, The Colts also got a second round pick back, just a little bit of pick swap there. I think they're off like 5 picks and 2 third round picks. One can become a second rounder if Carson Wentz plays 70% of snaps. So, I mean, you have to assume now, obviously, Carson Wentz is the quarterback of Washington now. I mean,
I guess.
You listen to Washington fans and they just want somewhat of a competent quarterback. One, did they even get that? And two, does this work? I don't know.
They got a competent quarterback.
Yeah,
they got a wacky competent quarterback, but they got a competent quarterback. Wentz is okay. People look at like the end of just the Jaguars game and act like he played like that the whole season. He's clearly he's a best quarterback they've had since Kirk Cousins. Might be better than Kirk Cousins. It's iffy.
Quite the bar being set there.
I know, but they got better. The contract's rough. The Colts, it seemed like that situation really deteriorated, and I don't know what the Colts do. Do they get Jimmy G now? It's Washington got a little better, and I don't think it's a big risk for them either. So I actually don't hate it from a Washington point of view.
I don't hate
the Colts,
it either.
This is just trying to get as much out of a failed idea as possible.
You guys know who won this trade, though, right?
Eagles.
The Eagles. We got a first and a third back, and they just traded 2/3 for him.
And we get to play against Carson Wentz twice a year.
It's a
gift that keeps on giving. Really quick on Wentz. I think you would have gotten the same production out of Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't know if he's done. I know he had the hip thing. There's no reason Ryan Fitzpatrick can't give you a 9-win season. He could do it.
I think there's more upside with Carson Wentz, though, just thinking of past. There's still question marks on who is he, who can he become. I mean, he's shown flashes even going like last season, and that was a run-heavy team. Like with more opportunities to be had, I could see Wentz having a not breakout year, but a certain uptick in production that he's had.
I mean, you guys know I have the list. Can he win it or can't he win it? He's not on it. He's not on the list of can win it. Carson Wentz is not. So,
which is fair.
I don't think they gave up a ton for him. I just wonder kind of what the Colts are going to do, but I'm sure they have a plan. So
good. Yeah, I agree with that. All right. So that was our quick recap of the NFL trades. We didn't want to go too deep in here because we know James and Matt V got us covered. Again, that video is out Friday on the Straight Facts YouTube channel.